I look up and there's an enormous fireball.
The flame and the smoke cloud that went up, the glass that was shattering in the surrounding buildings, it really did create initial chaos. Well, we had 22 cadets and 4 cadre participating in the Army 10 miler here at JMU. We had a great race. We ran throughout campus, and then between 8:15 and 8:30 is when the race was, most of the runners were finishing up. We were all gathering, socially distanced, of course, around the finish line.
I remember we were talking about getting breakfast as a team and where we could go. Start to get cold. I go to my car to charge my phone. I sit down in my car and you just hear the enormous explosion and the car shakes.
And then out of nowhere, the building right next to us, not more than 50 feet from where we were standing, exploded. It was a massive explosion. It was deafening.
There's an enormous fireball.
The flame and the smoke cloud that went up, the glass that was shattering in the surrounding buildings, it really did create initial chaos.
I can see the other ROTC cadets running past my car and away from the explosion.
You know, we all ran to a rally point. As they were running to the rallying point, there were cadre members running toward the scene toward the building to see if there were other injuries. There were 2 locals who had been blown from the building.
I give a lot of gratitude to the training from Rockingham County and in a large part to Army ROTC, react well under pressure and, when in doubt, do something. So got out of my car and it was, okay, let's go to work.
Our guys were able to provide initial first aid and medical care for those wounded. We had one cadet who, after he was accounted for, he ran directly to his truck. He's a volunteer firefighter.
Our Harrisburg Fire Department had an extremely fast response time. I then ran to my car, got all my personal equipment on, the turnout gear, and then went directly to that crew and said, how can I help?
He was standing there at the ready prior to the first fire truck showing up at the scene, directing traffic, setting the conditions for the fire to be fought. And he participated in the firefighting for over 2 hours after running a 10-mile run.
Colonel Davidson gave me a call and I went down to the scene. And one thing I noticed right off the bat was just how the cadets were calm. And even though they just went through a traumatic experience, they were alert. These are 19 to 22-year-old JMU students. So their majors are somewhere else on campus. Their minor is military science, but they have that innate quality of leadership that I just think that you see with ROTC.
I was proud of all of the cadets. They all demonstrated our warrior ethos, the principles of our profession. They had trust in each other. They took care of each other. They relied on their military training to find protection, to get accountability, to treat the wounded, and to help one another out.